Wait, so it turns out after all this time, Digimon Ghost Game is actually going to have plot. And it's here from WillTheWill. We can go onto the forum. We of course have the synopses here, but there's one thing that you need to know. Apparently Digimon Ghost Game is not relisted for the next spring season anime, which could start around March-April time. So how does that work? Episode 63, Gluttony, Ryo the Cake Buffet, not relevant. Calling Voice, Ryo and Kyoshiro, Assembly Aquabra, not relevant. Episode 65, Black Death Zone. As digital devices throughout the world are disabled, Hiro and Cole learn about the situation from Hiro's once missing father Hokuto, hasn't been missing for a long time now, and his assistant Terriamon. In the digital world, something black of unknown origin is corroding the trees, water and even Digimon, turning Digimon into violent creatures. Very Digimon Tri-esque. The Digimon sink into despair as they anxiously wonder if they can no longer return to their home, the digital world. To help all of them whom we have met so far, Hiro, Rui and Kyoshiro decide to go to the digital world. March 5th is a hiatus. Now look, if you like the sounds of episodes 63 and 64, that's cool. I'm not particularly interested because we've kind of had 60 episodes of this kind of stuff for just like such a long time now. It's refreshing to finally see in the flesh we are going to get some element of explanation and plot. On top of that, we're going to get Terriamon in a lab coat, which is always fantastic, but there runs into a danger. And that danger is that this episode, which essentially starts the next final phase of Digimon Ghost Game, starts on February 26th. If the new spring anime season comes in around March-April time, that gives us at best like 6 episodes max, and that's being generous. And what's really sad about this whole synopsis here is that this actually sounds super promising. We could have had like 30 episodes of this, and Digimon Ghost Game still could have retained that kind of Scooby-Doo Monster of the Week mystery identity thing for 30 episodes instead of 60. You know, fun stuff at the front, the meats at the back. That's kind of how a lot of these Digimon shows go. I just cannot believe after all this time we're finally getting to this good stuff. No, genuinely sounds fab, but I was ready for this after episode 21. And it's just even more sad because this sounds really good, and I think it is going to be really good. But how can we have gone 65 episodes through Digimon Ghost Game and not have a clue that there is a virus or something eating all the digital world on the other side that we've just not heard of? Why has Hokuto not mentioned this? Why have you not inquired about what's going on in the digital world? Why is Hokuto even there? Okay, he's not the villain that I thought he was, but then it makes that some random other character might be, that we just haven't heard anything from. We were only told very recently that there was something on the other side pulling the strings. But on the positive note, we're actually going to get some really insane Digimon episodes from 65 onwards. The grey area is the fact that we're having a hiatus on March the 5th, for reasons I have no idea. But that is just becoming another week, delaying Ghost Game the time it needs to actually resolve the series in some way. I'm not even sure what they're resolving at any point, but they have to start and resolve something within about 6 or 5 weeks, which is a pretty impossible task if what they're trying to achieve is solid storytelling. I think pretty much all Digimon animes tend to stick the landing really well, despite the murkiness in between. 2020 definitely did. But like, I'm speaking to Digino in DMs on Twitter and we're just thinking like, why is it taking them so long to come to this kind of plot for the show? This sounds really interesting. It would make sense if Ghost Gammon was the reason that was happening as to why Hokuto sent Gammon to the human world, but then as a byproduct accidentally causes it to happen in the human world. That could have easily been a plot. But I honestly feel like we're going to have to go back through Ghost Game once it's all over and look at all the things that they set up and what they're going to do. Because from interviews and stuff, a lot of the showrunners and the screenwriters have basically said, you're going to see the finale and think, oh, that was what that thing was this entire time. But I just don't think that sort of thing works for Digimon Ghost Game, using the main plot and the thing that entices you into paying attention to the show as the thing that doesn't get explained until the last 20 minutes of this 70 episode series. Like with 2020 you had the Omegamon Alter S thing, which is fine because Blitz Greymon and Crest Grewmon were very small parts of the show. That was an okay thing to put at the end because it wasn't really massively essential to have at any other point of the show. I definitely think they've got great ideas. I definitely think they might be able to make use of what they have for the remaining weeks. Like, it's going to be cool, it's going to be fun, but I can't help but feel like a lot of the people behind the show and the staff are going to have criticisms levied against them on the basis of an executive decision that the whole landscape of entertainment and media is based on TikTok now, where in the anime industry, that's never really been the case. Ghost Game, honestly, when it started, could have been the best Digimon series we had ever had. Crippled by that one executive decision. Like, this plot needed more time to breathe, because it sounds great. I don't know, it's a very weird one. This is kind of one of the reasons why I was always edging away from Digimon Ghost Game, because a lot of people have a very good reason to not like the show and not really pay attention to it or take interest. Even some enormous Digimon YouTubers do not care about the show. I just don't know. I just feel like Ghost Game is turning this corner way too late in the game, because no matter how good episode 65 onwards is, it's always going to have that heavy-handed criticism that they did nothing with all that potential for a ridiculous amount of time. I'm not saying that's my opinion, but that is, at least somewhat objectively speaking, that is what's going to happen against Ghost Game, a posteriori it finishing. And it's just a shame. It's a real shame. But please give me your opinions on this in the comments. I want to know what you all think. Are you excited for this stuff? Yes or no? Let me know why. Thank you for watching, but most importantly, take care.